mother's the sun. I can tell by the moon you'll be joining me soon as a guest in my fortress of fun. And I can't wait to see you and once again free you, release from your humorless air. Someday I will replace that big frown on your face with a smile and a murderous glare. We are two of a kind, violent, unsound of mind. You're the yin to my yang, can't you see? And if I were to leave, you would crumble in grief. Face it, bats, you'd be lost without me. You'd be lost, you'd be lost. Face it, bats, you'd be lost without me. I'm just trying to show you just how well I know you. I understand just how you feel. To your reason, no way, 'cause you had one bad day and your mind let go of the wheel. Still we're fated to battle, you pout and I prattle. Don't you ever tire of this game. But you'll not make it end, 'cause I'm your only friend. We are opposites, but we're the same. We are two of a kind, violent, unsound of mind. You're the yin to my yang, can't you see? And if I were to leave, you would crumble in grief. Facing bats, you'd be lost without me. You'd be lost, you'd be lost. Face it, bats, you'd be lost without me. We have so many wonderful stories. I have studied the mind of this bat. A hero with no praise or glory, just his cape and his cave and his
everything is upside down. When you're yelling but you make no sound, life is gonna spin you round. Whoa, and get a little bit stranger. When everything is upside down, a tremor in the underground. The nights are gonna take this town. Whoa, and get a little bit stranger, stranger.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Fountain Cyber User Army eSports. forgot to update the thing, but we are going to be going ahead, and we have Infernal Shrines and Tomb of the Spider Queen being banned out by units from eSports. Battle Snipers do get rid of Brax's holdout because they're cowards, as well as Garden of Terror, which is not shown on there because I'm a super pro. We are actually going to Dragonshire, so let's go ahead and get over there. Hello! So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and have Dragonshire. First ban is going over to the side of Fountain Snipers. So, that does mean that the map was selected by US Army Esports. We're going to be running maneuvers over Fountain Snipers here on Dragonshire. This is kind of the most fragmented of the maps. You kind of have to control 3 locations at the same time. Usually we do see a 1-4, but I have seen a 1-3-1 split. I've also seen like a 1-1-1-2 with the 2 just like roaming around and being a pest. It's interesting. The Nubrak is going to be the first ban coming out of Fountain Snipers. The Bug King is not going to be around. No, not you, Bug. You can still be around. But the Beetle Lord has way too good of siege if you leave him alone. Has way too many disruptions. Has 2 disruptions in his base kit and a 3rd ult option. We're gonna have Chromie, the Sand Wizard, the absolute hated rival of I almost said Anduin, Anakin. Because her stand just gets everywhere. Alright. 3rd ban. The Grey Mane, the Damage Daddy. Not a lot of self-healing, not a lot of sustainability. Cannot take a punch, but by God, he can give it because his fists have claws on the end of them, and there's nothing better to make your like. Here's the thing. That's why the Wolverine Charisma with like the claws is the most dangerous one. Makes no difference, but shut up. Brightwing gonna be banned out, so we've kind of got the more savage, animalistic heroes being banned out by Fountain Snipers, and then the little tiny heroes being banned out by U.S. Army. They're the ones they would feel bad if they had to shoot at, so they're like, just let's give you targets that we want to kill. Little fairy dragon is adorable. Little gnome. Alright, good start for US Army. They do have Junkrat opposing them, and that's a convict from Australia. Definitely something that the US Army can try and deal with. To be honest, though, to be fair, we do go and have Junkrat is very difficult. The Displacement King does not have many stuns as a Nubarak, but it's very hard to like stay in one place. Hello, Urban Punk. Glad you're here. You go ahead and have Hanzo coming out on the side of US Army, as well as Lucio. Bit of an early pickup on Lucio. That could mean that they're going for a very engage heavy comp. They want to be able to run down their opponents. Might be a response, actually, to the Junkrat. So for Lucio does have high 5 up at the level 10 mark, able to get rid of a lot of those disruptions. You have Arco coming out with Johanna. Johanna not banned out so far. We'll definitely picked up. Mostly coming out with Lyric in the off lane. Hello, Brackus. Nice to see you. Glad you. I've gotten really bad about posting my cast over to my own personal server because I feel like most of the heroes people are like on other ones, but Brackus is just lurking like, I want those points. I want those points. You know what? I don't blame you at all. Would you go to have Lyric? Now, here's the thing about Lyric. That's an off-lane pick very early. I don't think that's going to be a 4-ban Leoric, which means they can go into some anti-Leoric tech. Artanis very good into Leoric. Oh, thank you, Urban. I'm such a ditz. I like forgot that we played. Man, casting Raka and gameplaying Raka do not talk. I bring the Mega Death. You could have ETC coming out. So, I do have to say, Leoric also is kind of an answer to Lucio. You can't high-five your way out of being entombed when there's walls on all sides. Oh no, we're in prison. We're in a jail cell. High-five? Like, no, that's not how that doesn't work. Oh, but the Tychus? Now, here's the thing. Tychus is not the best pick into Johanna. Johanna does have her blinding flashlight. She can go ahead and shield glare into your eyes. That makes Tychus miss 100% of the shots that he does take. Obviously, only for about, I think, 2.5 seconds, but still. He's waiting for his gun to turn red, and boop! There's the Zagzagoon coming out. And the Anduin, going to be the Andu healer. Anti-healer win. A little bit of a lag coming out. Hopefully that does not sustain. I'm back home. You can probably tell because there's a green screen behind me. So going to be Murden into Johanna. Oh, interesting. Is that offlane ETC going into Leoric? I would not be afraid if I was Leoric going into that. That may actually be offlane Murden. Murden's a little scarier for Leoric, although honestly not too much. I wouldn't consider either of them like anti-Leoric tech. Regardless, I'll go into the game right now. I will disappear from your screen. I will get the prediction up. Ragas, don't bet too much. You can't afford to lose it. You're too close. But regardless, I'll see you in game. That was a really long load screen. I don't know what happened. I have questions. All right, here we go into game number 1. Let's go ahead and see what we can see. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Rocket is blind. Mouse tracer. At least you don't have my like really bright pink mouse. Okay, it's actually purple. I'm way too goth for pink, but you know what? Don't worry about that. All right, here we go. Looking into the game real quick.
Commencing in 10 seconds.
We do go ahead and have Silver Jackal is playing the Junkrat. We do have Arco coming out of the Johanna, mostly going to be on Leoric. We do going to have Lompico on the Zagzagoon. And then, is that Arco? They're on top of each other? Yes, it is Arco. No, wait, no. Who's playing Anduin? Rusty is playing Anduin. There we go. They are your blue team. They are Fountain Snipers. They are the Federation of Ferocity. And they have a big boop. There's a bunch of jumping around trying to get out of there, as we do have U.S. Army eSports taking the field as well. Badger is going to be playing the Murden. We do go ahead and have B Singer, B2, is going to be on the Hanzo. I probably completely messed that up. Shrinks is going to be playing the ETC up in the top lane. We do go ahead and have a rotation up as Frankensure moves in to go ahead and be mean to this Leoric. So let's go ahead and scope this out, see what we can see. A little bit of a ghost walk out there, but it looks like it mostly will survive. Did I not say Simeon is Lucio? I think that's what I didn't say. They are the orange team. They are the association of I almost said the Association of Anarchy, but this is the U.S. Army. This is the Association of Authority. They are U.S. Army eSports.
Take control of the shrines.
All right, B Singer. Or is it actually like BS anger? That's some bullshit anger you got there, my friend. Coming down here, took a bit of damage, having a hard time going into this Junkrat for the time being. A little bit of an Overwatch battle over here in the bottom lane.
Capture the shrines. Inherit the Dragon Knight's power and lay waste to this forsaken kingdom.
Alright, you're gonna have Silver Jackal getting this down here. We have a battle going into, Mosley getting pushed back by Shrinks, but they do have both of them at the moment. Johanna is in the middle trying to go and pick this up, but Murden is nearby trying to make sure that doesn't happen. No? Patcher. Oh, I was too busy singing the Badger song. I completely missed this rotation up here, but that is the spooky ghost becoming even more ghostly as we'll ghost form activate. And they're just going to go ahead and push this down. Mosley cannot hold this back by himself. He's a good offlaner, but that is 3 enemies. He'll do what he can, for sure. And yeah, Brock is continuously, he's trying to get me to play all of Pathfinder Kingsmaker, and has actually, to his credit, gotten like 2 hours of gameplay out of me, I think. Maybe an hour, or not 2 hours, 6 hours, maybe 4? No, definitely 6. Unfortunately, it takes like over 100 hours to beat that game, so he's got his work cut out for him. But we do go and have this being pushed out by the top by U.S. Army eSports. eSports is going ahead and laying siege to this battlement. Here comes Silver Jackal moving in, goes ahead and shoots a couple of grenades. But you know what beats grenades? Well, apparently sound waves do. Leo going ahead and moving this. We do go and have Shrinks coming in here. Frankenshire is probably going to have a hard time really stopping this, but it does not matter as the gank move comes down here, and Lompico has to move out of here. Badger's taking a good bit of damage, trying to go ahead and clear out the vision so that Lompico has to walk in with her spindly little Zerg body. Here is Rusty. There's a big 3-on-3 happening down here at the bottom. If they can take this back, but it does look like right now ETC is moving forward, trying to get this done. Meanwhile, the top shrine is taken by Mosley. Oh, Tiger says a little bit boop dash. Does look like Silver Jackal will be alive for the time being, but it got very zoned out. Frankenshire has currently 900 health. Silver Jackal got down to about half that. You go and have Badger. Badger goes and moves in. It is now 4 versus 3 down at the bottom. They are moving in. They are moving in quick. Lucio went ahead and dived in. Arco in the middle of the lot. Does have to get pulled out by Anduin. Anduin's pullout game is very strong. They made a mistake when they made me head caster because there's no one to like be like, you shouldn't talk about that. That's inappropriate. Because I'm the one that makes the rules, and my rules are anything goes. Oh my gosh, when did this get taken out? I completely missed that somehow. We're going to have Simeon moving in as well as Frankenshire. Taking this out, it looks like Lucio is moving up top to potentially be mean to Leoric. Leoric is moving into a more aggressive posture. Needs to be a bit careful. We do have an awful lot in the jungle moving up here. It does look like Mosley like catches on and says, I need to not be that far extended. A whole bunch of them were mid and disappeared. That minimap DLC coming in clutch, worth every penny. Rusty was a little rusty at getting out of the battle. Hey. I'm hilarious. I think I'm funny. Now, battles are going on here everywhere. It's hard to keep up with it. We have Mosley up here trying to move into Shrinks, but having a hard time. Arco does move up, but it does look like here comes the cavalry, quite literally. I do not know why the cavalry are accompanied with theme music from Chrono Trigger, but you know what? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Alright, Murden has successfully completed the very difficult Reach Level 10 quest. Hardest quest in the game by far. Sagara is up to 41 stacks of Serrated Spines, 4 stacks of Bile Drop. Piercing Light has not yet actually gotten a successful stack yet. Alright, kaboomies, kaboomies, kaboomies. Rusty does a bunch of damage. Commandeer Odin is pulled out. It looks like it's just now dropping back off. Kaboomies. Oh, big invade happening over here into the Siege Giant camp. It is 3 versus 4, but here comes the ETC with the global, but Hanzo is taken out. Rusty looking not too healthy right now. Does go ahead and light bomb in order to try to hold everyone back. Arco right in the middle, taking the full brunt of Frankensure's damage. We do go ahead and have ETC's not going to let this happen. Do we have slide? We do have slide, and that is a dead Johanna. We do have Anduin. The blondes are going down like things that go down. I'm good at metaphors. U.S. Army coming up here, taking an advanced position, going ahead and taking this location for strategic port. I am not good at Army lingo. But it looks like Operation Scary Roar is up to a good start. Frankenstein moving in, going ahead and getting Leoric out of here. Silver Jackal going in, trying to go ahead and shoot these grenades in to try. We do have Beast Anger and Frankenstein trying to run interference, but it's not going so well. And it does look like down bottom, we do go and have ETC, or no, that's actually Lompago, taking the bottom shrine, not letting the dragon be spawned. Mostly like, no, I've seen this gank thing before. I'm not doing that. Big ol' Unstoppable comes out onto mostly. There is an Entomb coming down. We do go and have Shrinks goes ahead and uses the ult. There's a massive, massive, massive arrow from downtown. Hanzo goes ahead and launches that from the other end of the map, catches 3 people. A lot of damage. U.S. Army eSports is moving in here, trying to get this taken care of. No actual deaths, which is frankly amazing. You have Simeon. Every time I say that, I have a worry that the name is actually Simeon. I just called them a monkey for no reason. A lot of damage going through. Silver Jackal looking not good for this world. But Shrinks goes out and has to move back. Very much not where they were wanting to be. Yep, there is Sabine going ahead and moving through, being like, okay. ETC does not take the easy way out. Is going to go and pick up this experience up here. Meanwhile, we do go and have a giant camp. He's gotten up to the wall, knocks down 1 tower and the mid, but it looks like Zagara goes down as well as Murden. There was a battle, there was a scuffle happening somewhere, don't you know? Speaking of scuffle, Mosley up here trying to duel into ETC. Bye-bye! Stage dive goes ahead and gets him not much of a teleport. Does go ahead and go on cooldown for over a minute. I don't know about this, my friend. Like, I know your friends are coming, but tons of damage on Rusty, and when not getting out of here this time, Tychus goes ahead and takes down the Boy King. I really thought Tychus would be the kind that would go for, oh, Silver Jackal takes a bunch of damage. Just have to get on out of here. It is 5 versus 4, and really 5 versus 3, because Silver Jackal has to be super careful about engaging. And actually 5 versus 2, as Johanna's on the other side of the map. Yep, crowd server, that's what lets you go through. And I do agree, I think it's a great mobility talent. play offlane ETC. Shrinks, you're addictive. Oh, but Mosley definitely starting to win this particular engagement. What happened? What changed? Okay, we do go to have Entombment Spectral Leech. So, attacking faster now and doing % damage. We're at level 16. Leo's going to start winning this fight harder and harder and harder. Is that the Mithril Mace? Every single time, basically right now he's attacking 20% faster. He will get up to 50% faster attacks by the time he finishes the quest at 100 million deaths. Yeah, Shrink's definitely running to that, being like, I cannot beat this guy anymore. Oh, I'm not even familiar with that talent. I play Rexar. I'll have to look it up, for sure. Big push in right here. Trying to go ahead and knock this wall down. They've already lost their top. They want to try and get this even. That's the big advantage. Another big advantage the Shrinks has is that, oh, there's mostly you have a good move. I don't know where you think you're running, my friend. You don't have a fort there. A lot of damage coming through, and the Skeleton King is now the Grave Ghost. But while they were all up here, we do have the Dragon Knight spawned in for Fountain Snipers, and they are moving forward. Let's move past here. They are more interested in the bottom wall. Bottom wall has already been knocked down. There is no fort in the way. He's rotated a bit more. He's actually taking cannon fire from 2 locations. Alright, one of them goes down. Huge damage. We do have Simeon getting almost taken out. Simeon does go ahead and drink from the healing waters of the Moonwell. Not as much damage as they wanted, but they do go ahead and get that Lucio. Oh, the shield misses onto Bisengar. Alright, US Army Esports had a dominant position for a long time, but it does look like Fountain Snipers is moving forward. I think that may be threatening Brockus' chances of, being able to, redeem the game. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Tap your tonsils, tap your nose. I don't think they can end here. I think that their opponents are back up. And yeah, we do go and have Fountain Snipers do move back, start to about face. What level is Primal Intimidation going for? Well, they're not topless because they still have this one. The best that they're having is a slip up top. Alright, there's a big ol'. Oh, they actually somehow that misses. I honestly do not understand how that arrow looked like it went through them, but nothing actually happens. Shrink's in a lot of danger. It's gonna go and be taken down, and it does look like we've got level 20 online for the Fountain Snipers. Fountain Snipers are starting to be more aggressive, moving in here. There's Arco taking a bit of damage from Bisengar. Every single time I say Bisengar's name, I always think of Saint Anger by I think it's Green Day. Come down the boulevard like a zip code on parade. Gotcha, okay. I mean, Feign Death is really good, but you are right.
And claim vengeance on the foe.
If you had 13, I'm like, there's no way anyone's taking anything else on 13, then...
The Dragon Knight shall reduce you to
Oh, geez, back-to-back dragons? That's the thing, the shrines come out very, very fast on this map, so if you have a dominant position like you do when ETC is dead, you can just be like dragon, to dragon, to dragon, to dragon. We're not dragon ass, we're dragon knighting. And now we have this moving in here right quick. There is the Dragon Knight going in this down. Frankenstein goes in and gets booped out of the other side into the map. Alright, there's ETC. Oh, Death Mosh does come out. I still so funny that you can take Death Mosh when you don't take Mosh. Oh, this is going to be, oh my goodness. We have 2 people down. We have Murden in the middle of the mall. Does come out into danger. Oh my god, Basenga goes and be taken out. We do have a kill onto the ETC. ETC does finish up the quest, but may not ever get to use it because I think this game may be over by the time that Leo comes back. Frankenstein is the lone defender, trying to go ahead and keep everyone alive right now, but is having to move back, does not have a lot of health. He is Tychus. He may have power armor, but he's not that tanky. Meanwhile, we're down to 20%, down to 10%, down to 8%, and there is game number 1 going in favor of the Fountain Snipers. Amazing comeback. Definitely we're not winning through the first half of the game, but you know what? It's the final score that makes the difference, and the final score is showing 1-0 so far for Fountain Snipers. You're insubordinate, coming at you on the count of 1, 2, 1. Stuck in my head, I'm sorry. Looking at the damage overall, we do have Frankenstein leading the way, doing 60,000 damage over a 17-minute game. We have Silva Jekyll coming out with 56,000, and then Lompico with 54. In terms of the healing, we do have Rusty doing the most healing, 65,000. Well done, Rusty. And then in that ever-important experience, we do have Blue laid in the way. We do go and have 14,000 apiece from both Johanna and Leo. Talents, we got those. There they are. Copy them down, take them into your Storm League matches, get epic victory, get epic wins all over the place. Getting your wins all over the place. Regardless though, I will see you in game number 2. I will update the score screen. I will pay out, not Brachus. And be awesome.
Tremor in the underground. The nights are this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? I live in the shadows, I work in the shade. A cape and a mask, a lonely keeper's crusade. Can you tell me I'm not insane? Sometimes I get this feeling about the law I'm dealing. Am I letting my reason wane? Have I been forsaken on this path I've taken? Check my head, I guess the joke's on me. Oh, I'm not laughing at the irony. Oh no. So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? Wherever you're going, whatever you do, I'm out in the dark, keeping watch over you. So poison the ivy with your crocodile tears. We're climbing the vines to the heart of your fears. Can you tell me, has something changed? The rewards are zero, cause I ain't no hero. Do you know it when you go strange? Is your taunting true? Am I as crazy as you? Check my head, I guess the joke's on me. Whoa, I'm not laughing.
Welcome to game number 2. Last time we had Fountain Snipers come in with a runaway win towards the end of the game. US Army eSports was playing very, very well, very aggressive, hard rotations, doing a lot. But once 20s hit and they started getting that little bit of an advantage, they just started to take. Dragon after dragon after dragon on tap. We do go and have first ban going to the side of Fountain Snipers, which does mean the US Army eSports, after losing game number 1, said, we want the map. We don't care what you draft. We can beat you with anything you want to bring at us. Upon this map, Towers of Boom. But keep in mind, they did also choose Dragonshire, so that may not be quite as true as they surmised. So what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of the Taiki? Are you afraid of the Hanzo? I think Hanzo was on their team last time. Yeah, Hanzo versus Junkrat, absolutely. They do also have first pick, so they can go ahead. They do go ahead and stick with the Indubrak, wanting to get the bug out of here. They say they do way, way too much with catching people slightly out of position. And when Indubrak catches you out of position, he can hold you there for a long time. Sometimes Indubrak is called the Cuddle King, because he just snuggles into you and won't let you go. Junkrat is removed by the side of US Army eSports, though. They say Junkrat just continuously made us fight, like, awkward engagements, because we just ended up, like, it's almost like Junkrat just takes a pair of dice and rolls them. It's like, okay, now you're fighting from over here. It's just like, after you deploy your forces, Junkrat's just like, actually, this unit, can we swap them around? This unit is over there now. We do have the Greymane. Same bands coming out from Fountain Snipers. Not super surprising, honestly. Like, whenever you win the match, you usually don't think that you need to, like, change up your whole banning strategy. Like, you won, so obviously your bans were okay. Right Wing continuing to be banned out by US Army. They say we hate the Junkrat. So who did they ban other than Junkrat last time? I don't remember. It wasn't a healer. I don't think it was a tank. I think it was another DPS, but I can't remember who it was. Arco going to go in and get the Johanna first and foremost. Does not want that taken away. So we do have the very, very swiftly moving, like, Toy Dahaka. And then, oh, Heathcliff? I don't think Heathcliff played last time. I think we're rotating the regiment. Rotating the company? I think company sounds better than regiment. Let's see, Lumpco mostly, Arco, Silver Shackle, those are all the same players. We have Rusty once again. So very, very similar draft coming out of the side of Fountain Snipers. Leoric into Dahaka. Like, on the one hand, I feel like Dahaka has the advantage because he can really, really do a lot to nullify that drained hope. But on the other hand, they probably won't be fighting that much because they'll both be double soaking the whole time. Dahaka is faster at the double soak, especially once he stacks his race car quest. Chromie was the other ban. They swapped out Chromie for Junkrat, but their opponents didn't take Chromie. And they say, well, we still don't like Chromie. He's sleeping. Arcane sings glory to. I was hoping I would think of like a witty way to change that to be relevant. I just couldn't. I have failed you all. Okay, that's a difference. Lucio is banned out, was actually taken last time. Once again, I don't remember who they banned here. But neither of their... Like, they banned out Chromie, but their mid-match bans are not appearing for either side. But I definitely do not remember who they banned before. Once again, we have a little bit of a surge of lag, but we do go ahead and have, I knew that would happen, Simeon coming in with Stukov this time, and then most likely a taunt variant coming out of Zabaja. So, still straight up the same draft so far. Cannot repeat Junkrat though, so we will have Silver Jackal getting on the Tassaface. I was like, you can't read everything? What if your guys got banned out? Oh, interesting. That is most likely a 4-man Sonya. So we're going to have Taunt into Hush Puddle, into Sonya Stun, and then Li Ming just dropping her entire combo. Very powerful, very scary. Though at the same time, you're going to have a hard time engaging on anyone other than Johanna. Everyone else can kind of stay back. So we'll have to see how this goes. I'll get into the game, I'll get the prediction up, and I will see you in 2 seconds. Probably more than that, I'm a liar.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bomb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no! Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Alright, here we go into game number 2. Representing our blue team out of the blue gate on the blue side of the battlefield, we have Arco is going to go ahead and be playing the Johanna. Silver Jackal going ahead and spraying the Crying Probe. It's going to be on Tassaface. We have Rusty on the Anduin. Mosley is going to come out on the Leoric. And then Lompico on Zagara. They are the blue team. They are the Sentinels of Savagery. They are Fountain Snipers. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, in the orange trunks, coming out of the orange gate, we have Simeon is playing the Stukov. We do have Heathcliff is coming out of Li Ming. We do go and have Variant being played by Badger. Frankshire is going to be playing on the Sonya. And then up in the top lane, we do have Shrinks. He's playing Dahaka. They are your orange team. They are the ultimatum of uncertainty. They are U.S. Army eSports. There's Arco moving in very quickly. They are being a little bit aggressive right now because they know Varian's not a real boy yet. Varian has to get to a level 4? I don't know why I blanked on 4. I promise I know how to play Varian.
Blue team draws first blood.
And I am in the wrong place for sure, as Sonya does go down. First blood going inside of the Fountain Snipers. Okay, Shrink's health pool is currently shrinking. Rosie's just up here being like, I will take you out, stupid dinosaur. Both teams are moving in. We do have Arco walking over here, trying to see if there's a possibility for an invade, making sure no one moves over. Does have to back off as Varian starts to move into the bush and says, oh crap, they know I'm here. They've scouted me out. Looking at our level 1 talents right quick. We do go ahead and have Lion's Maw coming out of the Varian. Enhanced Agility showing up from, that is the race car build. And we do have Laws of Hope on the JoJo. A little bit of free damage being unlocked for the Fountain Snipers. But keep in mind, right now Fountain Snipers have about a level lead, but as soon as that reverses... Is Frankshire going for this? I'm curious what happened. I didn't even notice Frankshire come up here. I'm not sure why Frankshire did. Dahaka did burrow. Yep, Dahaka is down here now. Dinosaur in a little bush. Alright, level 4 is online. Surprise if no one. Taunt is picked up by Varian. Means he is a real boy now. Be careful. This is the triple altar phase. Usually we have the gentleman's agreement up top. Although this time seems like that might not be happening. You have 2 people rotating up to be mean to Mosley. In 10 seconds we will have this altar online. Mosley is moving back in order to drink from a healing fountain, most likely. No one's channeling this one just yet. There's the silence coming down, a decent bit of damage. 3 versus 3 down here at the bottom. There's a 2 versus 2 up here. I don't know where to look, so I'm going to try to do the absolute best I can. It does look like they're leaving Sonya here to like fight and interrupt. Dahaka going to try and get this, and they're going to come back right back real quick. Dahaka does move down in order to help with the bottom fight. Kind of leading Sonya to just fight a 2v1, saying, okay, good luck! Sonya actually... Oh, Sonya?! Sonya almost was just like, yeah, it's a 2v1, who cares? The U.S. Army eSports once again coming out hot, coming out fists swinging, coming out bayonets bared. But we do go ahead and have a slight lead for U.S. Army, looking at 32 core health for their opponents and 36 core health for themselves. Arco moving in here. Lompico is very close. There is Sonya coming in here. Silverjack will take a bunch of damage. Sonya looking into this, running around, being a clown. Unfortunately, Sonya got a little bit too involved with the backline, and it looks like we're going to have a triple kill in favor of U.S. Army eSports. Actually, does Fraser get out of here? It's close, but the answer seems to be no. And yes, indeed, Sonya does indeed go down. So we're not actually going to have that being taken out just yet. They are going to go in and get this. They're going to go and take their opponents right quick, so they need to be careful. There will be more people showing up in just a moment. A lot of damage going down. U.S. Army eSports is leading the way again. They've taken a couple of sappers to the fort. That fort will get converted in just a second. I don't think they can hold this back successfully, and indeed they cannot. So that is 5 shots per altar on the side of Fountain Snipers. Only 3 shots per altar for the side of U.S. Army until this gets taken back. And there goes the Sonya. Down to 31 core health for U.S. Army eSports. The Aramites are moving up to the top of the map right now. If they're looking for a gank, they won't find one up here. A lot of damage. Oh, does Mosley get out? That feels illegal to me. I thought Mosley was dead for sure. We do have a lot of damage onto Lompico. Lompico is going to go ahead and survive, just barely. There is the Entomb coming down, leaving teleports out of it. We talked before about how high-fiving will not get you out of a jail cell. Teleport most certainly will. Rusty, 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 Rusty! I'm such a good caster. It's interesting that the U.S. Army is not interested in actually, like, retaking their, fortified positions. Now the fight has moved down, right after I called that out. They were like, yeah, we should probably do that. Oh, there's a, big ol' shield coming through, catching a lot of people, and down goes the... Oh, there we go. Okay, fantastic. We do have a leap going in. Lompico taking a bunch of damage, and we're going to take it out. Frankie tries to move back. Is taking shots from that one, but that is a double kill for the side of U.S. Army eSports. That's exactly what they need to come back into this game. Silver Jackal and Rusty doing what they can, but they can't be too aggressive. There is a taunt variant, and standing still for any length of time with their health pools and a leaping this close is a recipe for disaster. Some might say it's disasterific.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the altars in my name. Your powers will be more great. Like all
Does look like this is traded out evenly. Still within one shot of each other's cores. About a half level lead on the side of Fountain Snipers. Alright, another big fight as Arco moves in. There's a Silence Puddle coming in. Fantastic black hole, catches 3 people inside it. There's an Entomb coming down. Rusty has no health. Rusty going to be taken out right quick. We do go and have Dahaka coming down, burrowing in for the backline. We and being very, very mean to the opposing line. Lob going a hard time. Shrinks is being focused right now, and it does look like we're going to have a pullback from Fountain Snipers, having lost their Anduin. Six kills all. Both teams relatively equal. Both teams are hitting level 13. Do go and have, we haven't actually talked about what we saw. We did have the shield come out already. Entomb, Devouring Maw, Black Hole, and Light Bomb. On the other side of the battlefield, we are going to see Flailing Swipe, Leap, Wave of Force, Shield Wall, and Isolation. Isolation Nation.
the altars are rising, heroes. Do get ready.
So we have a single altar coming into the bottom of the battlefield. Alright, stun comes down. A lot of damage going down onto Badger. Frankenstein goes to the backline. Frankenstein is just continuously, like, harassing this backline. Badger has almost no health, is trying to get out of here, protected by the way. We do go and have a lot of silence coming down, mostly trying to lead this in. Frankenstein just trying to survive, trying to be a little bit, and it does look like Frankenstein will get out of here. But it definitely looks like U.S. Army Esports took the worst side. A lot of very healthy blue bars coming in, leading in the battlefield. There is Heathcliff on the Li Ming, and there is Dahaka in the backline. Alright, it does look like Fountain Snipers do pick this up, uncontested. Opponents don't want to quite move into that. But meanwhile, that level advantage that we had on the side of Fountain Snipers has disappeared. Nice flame swipe Arco away in order to limit the ability, but there's a leap coming in. Zagara goes down. Frankenstein going in. Very, very low health on Silver Jackal. Arco is pushing forward, trying to go in and get a lot of damage done here. Anduin goes in and pulls the Johanna out of danger. We do have Frankenstein moving up, and it just looks like Silver Jackal will get out of here for just fine. Hat? Hat?
The altars rise again.
Double altar phase coming in to the top of the map. 4 shots apiece. Neither side has an advantage, though there is a health advantage on the side of Fountain Snipers.
Lay claim to the altars. Do not disappoint.
Oh, and there is a third altar down here that I somehow missed. Alright, decent bit of damage onto the Zagzagoon. I like that move around. Oh my goodness! With 20 health? Alright, they do want to get this out, but this Dahaka is not long for this world. I don't... Oh, actually, here comes Badger coming in. Shrinks does not have a lot of health, but there is a taunt coming down on Mosley. Mosley goes ahead and gets out of here. There's a silence, and the silence finishes off the Leoric. This is US Army Esports coming in, trying to level the playing field. This will knock both teams down to within 1 point once again. Ten kills to 6 in favor of U.S. Army. They're being all they can be right now. I'm hoping I got the slogan right. I think I did. And they're going to go ahead and take down the Headless Horseman. Very, very appropriate for Halloween. Four shots come out of the Headless Horseman, knocking their opponents down to 16 core health. There's a big old taunt comes out from Rusty. Black Hole catches a lot of people, but they just don't have the damage there. Lomco in the backline. Lomco is not long for this world as Army goes in and takes that out. They're gonna take it out, baby, tonight. Alright, just like US Army is trying to push these sappers forward, they won't actually make it in. So not going to easily take this fort. But right now US Army does have a little over a level advantage. They've completely turned that around. Great job from Dahaka. Race car build is currently complete. So does currently move 20% faster. Actually, faster than that. Because increases it by 20%, but Bush Stalker by itself.
Put an end to the Gravekeeper.
I thought... I don't know where it's listed. Well, I think Dahaka has a passive move speed after he leaves the bush, and then that just increases it. A lot of damage coming through. We do go and have a quick teleport out by me. Frankenshire, nice swap. Goes ahead and saves Frankenshire, but it's like eSports is having to get away from this altar. Meanwhile, there is a fight between Leoric and Dahaka in the middle altar, but the 4v4 is where we're staying because this is where things are actually happening. A lot of damage on the Arco. Arco barely alive. Badger looking for that charge in. So he moves down, starts to channel this. Tessar barely gets, and that's going to be a dead. Oh, protected by the way, but Variant does indeed go down. So this is going to be Fountain Snipers moving forward once again, trying to get this taken care of. A lot of damage coming down to Arco. Silence comes down. Oh my gosh, Rusty has almost no health. There is the lead coming in. Light Bomb comes down, goes ahead and completely stops the spin. We do go and have a man advantage, but not a health advantage necessarily. There's a lot of damage, and there's a double kill, triple kill, quadruple kill. US Army Esports is running away with the game right now. Like, I really thought that Fountain Snipers were coming back, but that is not how you come back. We do go and have the channels coming through. They do go and stop this one. They want to go ahead and try and convert this before they capture that second one. Knock their opponents down to 7 core health.
Destroy the Raven Lord.
7 core health. These sappers and their associate trio over here do represent 6 shots that could take them to a single bit of core health. But they're more interested in 6 capping right now. They're just going to leave those as a passive threat. We are about a minute away from the boss coming up. Nice pull out from Anduin. We didn't save that very effectively. The big rotation coming down. Looks like both Jahaka and Leoric are on their way. This is a battle for marbles. All of the marbles. The boss is up. The Headless Horseman is around. They have also taken this one, so that altar will be 6 shots. There's a taunt coming in. A little bit of a fragmented fight at the moment. Oh, Anduin's in a... Oh, no, that's Johanna. Johanna, much better. Still in a bad place. No, big Entomb comes out, mostly goes in and catches a lot of them in a small area. There is the Tassadar. We do have a kill onto Johanna. Not a lot of health for US Army eSports. But they only lose 1 person. Keep in mind, we do have sappers right here. Lompico trying to go back and deal with this. Two shots go across, only 2 shots, taking the opponents down to 17 health. But their opponents did not pick that up. Here comes Army once again, pushing in here, trying to get onto Anduin. Lompico and Rusty not having a lot of health. The bottom fort is retaken by mostly. Level 20s on both sides. 87 stacks on Mithril Mace. Alright. Does look like US Army is starting to move in. And yes, boss. This will knock their opponents down to 3 health if it's not contested. And it does not currently look like that is being contested by the side of Fountain Snipers. Here's the thing, even with that taken, each shrine is worth 3 shots. And they have 3 health, thanks to not contesting that boss. There's a big old silencing Entomb, but they do lose to Tassadar. They cannot lose anyone else. There's a double altar phase coming up. They're going to have to do it without Tassadar. They cannot lose either of these altars. This could be a Brachus' salvation. This could be a victory for US Army eSports, because they have to get both of these. And they have to do it down a man.
Do not disappoint me.
And they don't quite get it done. That is a victory for US Army eSports. That is the ability to steal the stream for Brachus for next week. Won't happen tonight, I promise. And that is the end of game number 2. But we're going to have a game number 3. Don't go anywhere. I know, Katie. It was a really good game. So, look at the stats at the end of game number 1. We do go ahead and have Heathcliff showing why they are so good at this one. We have 84,000 coming out of Li Ming. Silver Jackal coming with 76,000, and then Zagara with 74. Looking at healing, very close, within 1,000 of each other. Okay, technically not, but you know what? Shut up. We do have Rusty leading the way with 91,000. And then we do have Shrinks leading the soap game by quite a bit, actually. 3,000 lead going for Dahaka. And those speedy rotations, thanks to the race car build. Talents, we got them. That's a good co-caster. Alright, and with that being said, we will go ahead and get ready for game number 3. I will update the score. I will wait a while. I will drink a soda. And then, I will pay out the prediction. Such a bee.
Now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? Check my hair, I guess the joke's on me. Oh, I'm not laughing at the irony. Oh no. Check my hair to the sky at night. On me, I stand the highest heights. I look to the sky at night. I stand the highest heights. So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? I begin at the end. Time will buckle and bend. Child of the profane, tied to the great chain.
Forlorn faces running from the cold regret. Empty spaces, something that I can't forget. All I wanted was to wish the past away.
can't see it yet. The purest artist strives for profuse extremes. The elegance of mortal frailty, I dream. Slaves wait for master to dictate. Blood of fire in the deep sea. No empire is gonna keep me. Ode to transience, I create. Blood of fire in the blue sky. Leaders broken, waiting to die.
Forlorn faces running from the cold regret. Empty spaces, something that I can't forget. All I wanted was to wish the past away. But time's the cruelest ruler that we all obey.
I begin at the end. Time will buckle and bend.
I dream of goodbye, sinking sea, falling sky. And I dream of goodbye, no more tears, wells run dry. And I dream of goodbye, sinking sea, falling sky. And I dream of goodbye, no more tears, wells run dry. And I dream of goodbye, sinking sea, falling sky. And I dream of goodbye, no more tears, wells run dry.
Hello, everyone. Sorry to interrupt like a really cool song that was starting, but hey, we're in the draft. And as much as I love Miracle Sound, I think you're all actually here to like check out the Here's the Storm action. Except for one of you that shared farm points, but you know what? Not judging. We do go on Battlefield of Eternity. It is the third map. As you can see, we do have first pick going over the side of the Fountain Snipers, which means that all 3 maps have been chosen by US Army eSports. It's in the game. Oh, that's EA. We have once again the Anub'arak being banned out. They are really, really afraid of Anub'arak. I don't blame them. Anub'arak is an oppressive hero for sure. Not impressive, oppressive. Okay, both. So we do go and have the exact same bans once again from Fountain Snipers. They said last game was a fluke. We don't need to change our strategy at all. Will we once again see the ban onto Brightwing? Took me a second, but I remembered. We will indeed. Exact same bans as game number 2. Now, will we see Chromie picked up? Because remember last time, Chromie was the third ban. Definitely not first. I go in and give Lompico Vala first and foremost. Vala, very, very good race hero. And I dream of goodbye. And I dream. I decided to sing a little bit better. Not half-assed it quite as much. Heathcliff coming in with Li Ming one more time. One more time. You'll have Hogger coming out from Shrinks. This is not one of Hogger's best maps. I'm a bit surprised. Obviously a comfort hero for Shrinks. Shrines, definitely a Hogger map. The Shrines also banned out, so even if this wasn't game 3, we definitely would not see Shrines. Ooh, Samuro on the Arco. The Samararco. The Samarco. I don't know, don't ask me. And then Rusty comes out with the Lucio, getting high fives on their own side this time. Which is interesting, because keep in mind, they beat their opponents when their opponents had Lucio. They lost their opponents when their opponents had Stukov. Will we have Chromie? We do indeed have Chromie. Continues to be banned out. And the Taiki? So I do like, keep in mind, Tychus is what they took here, and could be very, very, very punishing depending on what tank they go for. They have not actually taken Johanna yet. That may mean they have a Diablo up their sleeve. The Tychus ban to me kind of says that that's what they're going for. Or they could go Cho'Gall. Do you have Tychus or Diablo picked up? The US Army Resource thing that I did, I'm like, oh, that Tychus ban means a Diablo may be coming. We'll just grab it first. Cho'Gall coming onto the battlefield. Oh, this is interesting. This is fun. Cho'Gall, 2 heroes for the price of 2, but you know what? They're in the same body. Really, really, really dangerous percent damage. They have not yet taken their second DPS. You need someone with percent damage. Falstad comes to mind. Falstad could do it because Tygus is not available. Phoenix have percent damage? I don't know, actually. But regardless, I will see you guys in game. I will get the predictions up. Man, it looks so much different with my hair pulled back. Just stare at myself for a second. No, I'm not going to the game. I'm not that vain. All right, here we go into game number 3, the rubber match, the final game of the night, at least for me. We do go and have a Mosley coming in and playing the Vala. We do go and I almost said Li Ming. I was like, Li's the other team. I don't know what I'm thinking. We have Rusty on the Lucio. We do go and have I do not remember their actual names. We have Silver Jackal on Cho and Lompico on Gaul. Together, that is Silpico. And then we do go in and have Arco playing Samuro. Meanwhile, on the orange side of the battlefield, all deploying up top for some reason. Shh, don't tell them. We have Badger on the Diablo, Shrinks playing the Hogger, Simeon is going to be on the Rhaegar, Frank Schur is going to be playing the Phoenix. And then, who did I not say? Heathcliff is going to be on the Li Ming. They actually don't get any structures from that. That's kind of terrible. Their opponents have not taken anything yet, but the wave is now there. That was actually much better for Fountain Snipers. I shouldn't say much better, it was 1 tower. It's not like the end of the world, as we know it. You know, whatever, level 1 talents. We do go ahead and have the Puncturing Arrow build from Vala. Very, very standard on this map. Very, very good for race. A lot of damage onto Silpico. And Silpico goes down. US Army Esports goes in and puts the first 2 notches in their belt. We have Feast on Fear coming from the Diablo. You know, up top, though, we have Arco goes ahead and manages... Now, here's the thing. Does Arco know the Hearth Trick? I assume so if you want to pull out Samuro here. But not using it yet. Oh my gosh, I've been saying Frankenshire this whole time. That's Fracture. I'm a dumb butt. You know, you would think I'd be smart enough to like look at names before I start casting them, but then you don't know me very well. Is he using the Nexomania skin? I believe that's what that is. I like all the Nexomania skins, although I don't use the one for Leoric. I'm very much the Space Lord. Actually, no, Leoric has a gender. What's the one I don't use? Sonya, that's the one I don't use. Sonya has a like goth girl skin, and I just have to use that. It's required. A lot of damage moving through, a lot of damage coming out, a lot of damage landing on all the damage. We do go and have the... Surprisingly enough, this was taken a little bit early. They do go and get to clear the Shaman for free. Meanwhile, this Shaman is up here, pushing in, doing quite a bit. Arco is moving up in order to deal with it. Roughly even on race, but they have had to lose Arco. That should give a slight advantage to the side of... Well, no, actually it doesn't. Because the voltage is that much of a difference. Plus, I'm sure Cho'Gall isn't a slacker when it comes to this stuff. They still have not dealt with the Shaman yet. Not completely. Alright, Vala goes in and gets cleaned up very good. Did not take the Gambit quest. That will not like hurt her for the rest of the game. But that does mean they don't have Vala. They don't have their primary race. Meanwhile, Phoenix is over here doing what they can in order to try and move this down. I hadn't thought about the fact, but yeah, Phoenix does have a really good race, actually. Let's go ahead and actually taking the mobile offense and target acquired. A lot of damage on the Heathcliff. Arco looking for this, and yes, Li Ming goes down to the Samurai. Does look like the first immortal will be going over to the side of Fountain Snipers, that's their name. It's going to be Ilarion moving up to the top of the map. Able to lay siege to the forces of heaven. Or hell. Hell, he's an angel. So it does look like they just leave Ilarion to his own devices. They just say, do what you can. And apparently what he can do is get one tower.
Thus ends my assault on hell. I must rest.
Now they were trying to trade this out and put pressure onto the bottom. And they do go and get through the bottom. They're going ahead and doing damage to the bottom fort. But they're going to trade that out for the top fort. Because they're going to move in here and go ahead and finish the job that their shaman started. So we do go in and have a lane pressure, turning up opposite. 43 seconds till this camp is up. 52 for this one. Should have the announcement very soon. But I think both teams have a chance to get their camps before it's up. There's the Unstoppable Tasmanian Devil escape. We'll go and get out of there, but takes a lot of free damage. See, this is in 10 seconds. The Immortal is in 25. This will be close. This camp will come up about 8 seconds to spare. And Lumpico, as Arco drops, we do go ahead and have a pause. So let's go ahead and move over here. That way you guys can't see the mini map. That way no one can cheat it up. Look at this. I do feel like that Fountain Sniper should have the better race. Like that Vala is the traditional race hero. Although, is Li Ming going the build? I don't think she is. Li Ming can do race, but it does look like she's not going the build for it. Oh, and there we go. So we're waiting for this shrine to come, or this shaman camp to come back up. So both teams can go ahead and have camps pushing during objective. It does look like, fearing the race for their opponents, they do go and move into a defensive position first. Arco goes ahead and moves a little bit in there. A lot of damage onto Silpico. I always love saying the new Cho'Gall name. It's just like an oral adventure. Here we go, moving in real quick. Heathcliff is moving back and forth, trying to go ahead and screen this advance. They don't have anyone working on the top Immortal. Instead, they are branching over here to go ahead and deal with this shaman camp. Diablo does hit 100 souls. Oh, also it's level 10, that's what that is. Silpico goes ahead and gets murderized, tenderized, and objectized. We do go and have a triple kill on the side of U.S. Army eSports. Somehow, someway, Arco slips out of that. But here's the problem: they have a large mountain to climb, and not a lot of time to climb it. They do go in and send Phoenix over to try and do what damage that he can, but they've got to do 17,000 damage before their opponents can do 29,000. And Cho'Gall is back alive at this point. Alright, a lot of damage, down to about 1,000. Arco does go ahead and use that up, but there goes Belial. We are going to go ahead and or Belith. Belith goes down, and Ilarion is moving to the bottom, or no, top of the map. But Sambro does go down. Kill advantage for U.S. Army eSports in a big way. but objective advantage continues to go in the favor of Fountain Snipers. There's a big stun. It looks like Cho'Gall is not long for this world. Oh, actually, I underestimated how much health Cho'Gall had. Does he get out of here? That's not okay. Oh, Rusty catches an orb. Will get killed by Li Ming. Li Ming looking for Cho'Gall and will disintegrate Cho'Gall. Dealing 13 d6 damage because Li Ming is level 13. I didn't write the rules. That's how disintegrate works. What do you want from me? Actually, it's a D10. I forget the. I've never played. I've never actually guessed this right. I always play like rogues and clerics. So somehow or other, U.S. Army Esports loses the objective and takes a keep wall. I mean, like that seems correct. Yeah, sure. Arco? Oh my gosh, Li Ming going ahead and just point blank teleporting. A lot of damage, but we do have ancestral healing coming down onto the Diablo. The Shadow Bolt volley comes out, does not quite get Heathcliff down. We do have Diablo trying to get out of here. Does have souls, can come back, and will go ahead and consume those. Will be coming back a much weaker Diablo, though not as weak as it could have been. Now that we are level 10, we do go ahead and come back with 25 souls, as opposed to 0.
I will reach your position shortly. I will deliver this realm from your corruption, Hellspawn.
Alright, we do have a battle going down. I'm just following streaks down. We didn't quite have them fully fighting just yet. Everyone is up for this fight, although there is a 2-level advantage for U.S. Army Esports, so they should have an advantage in the fight. There is the Shadow Bolt volley, gets interrupted. Molten Core is, or not Molten Core, I forget what that's called. There's a double kill. I just said that U.S. Army Esports have an advantage, and then we have a double kill picked up by Semro in the back line. Getting a lot done. What is that called? Molten Block? And I think it was something like that.
Must find another way.
Alright, we do go ahead and have Fountain Snipers trying to go in and secure this once again. Right now it looks really good. There is the Primal Grasp coming in, pulling everyone in. I don't think that's actually what that is called. Upheaval? You know, Primal Grasp was a perfectly good name for it. I don't care who you are or what you say. And it does look like we're down to 52 health. Volley goes in and finishes that off. And we have the 3rd Immortal in a row. The 3rd time that Ilariel rides again for the Gates of Hell. He's a Larian, actually. I am just messing up all over the place, and you know what? It's okay. I'm allowed to mess up. There's an upheaval, pulls everyone in, although actually only catches a couple people. There is the volley coming out of Frankshire. Molten Block comes out once again, but there is a stun, and we're going to have a kill onto Sulpico. quick double kill, but they have to come back here and actually deal with the Immortal. The Immortal's already taken out one of the towers, taken out the wall. That's like the story of this game is that US Army Esports is up 16 kills to 5, but they just can't get the objective, and the objective just slowly keeps whittling away at their defenses.
Thus ends my assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
Rusty comes in, goes in and gets Mosley very quickly out of there. Mosley only up to 20 stacks. Actually, that's kind of amazing. Alright, quick pickup of dueling camps. This camp is stronger, but will it be protected? So you go ahead and have a lot of attention being paid here. They're trying to go ahead and push this down. Right now they are losing bottom because of the occasional catapults coming out from their opponents, and they would like to stop that. Shaman camp is being picked up by Mosley and Rusty. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Does move over here. Shrink sees him, but isn't able to really go in. That's the problem, because he can switch plays with any of his shadow clones. Once again, though, just so much damage going into this, and we do go and have a kill onto Silpico. Lucio goes down, and this time this may be what US Army Esports needs. I should be able to push through this. But they're not moving down here just yet. A lot of pressure. It does look like we have shrinks back here and say, can you deal with that? That's a big wave going into our bottom. Alright, and for the first time, we do have Belith winning the confrontation with the help of his infernal allies. We'll be going down to the bottom of the map in order to push through and try and equalize this. But meanwhile, it does look like that US Army Esports has started to push along the top of the map. So you going to ignore Belith or are you going to ignore us? Both of them are inadvisable. So if they are leaving Vala down there and listening to everyone else up top, that does put them in an unfavorable fight. It is 5 versus 4. Oh, really? At level 20, Li Ming took the Siege talent? Archon Pure Power? So it looks like Belith will be removed as they knock down the lower gate. That's the problem. Arco at level 20 did not take. Oh, they haven't gotten 20 yet. Because you can very, very easily tell which one the real Samuro is, because he's the only one that can whirlwind until 20. And at 20, only if you take the whirlwind upgrade. Chokol is down for another 30 seconds. Can they actually do enough pressure here to end? If they get another kill, yes. If not, I think probably not. shields are chipped though, and we're doing actual core damage. 15 seconds until Shogal. Core is down to 80% right now. Alright, they have gone and backed off. They're taking the top camp real quick. Their opponents are moving down for the bottom camp. Trying to get some counter pressure building up. And with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have a little bit of pressure being pushed back up top. They do have to watch out. There is a catapult with every single wave, and now they have a shaman pushing up top as well. That will end the game if they don't deal with it. But meanwhile, the immortals are spawned. Catapult volley coming out of Cho'Gall. Upheaval goes in and pulls Phoenix where he doesn't want to be. Nice stun goes in and gets Fracture into an area they don't want to be. Shrinks goes in and takes a bunch of damage, but they are zoning their opponents out right now. Alright, nice Molten Block, but that is going to be once again Cho'Gall going down. I wonder how many times Cho'Gall has gone down. I can check. So he has 7 times each, so oof. 24 kills to 5 in favor of US Army Esports. They just tried to play a little bit too rough, I guess you could say. Wanted to go in there, and this Cho'Gall does come back actually very quickly. They must have some sort of like death thing avoidance, but the core is down to 30%. Here's Cho'Gall coming back out. Can they save this? Down to 20%. Vala goes down. And no, that is going to be game number 2, and the series going in favor of US Army Esports. So let me go ahead and see if I can get us... Oh! I went back to draft screen at some point. I'm sorry. When did that happen? Ah! With that being said, let me see if I can get a interview set up. I should really not come to the screen and then be like, I'm going to type for a while and not say anything. Alright. So while we wait to see if anyone wants to join me, we do go ahead and have, in terms of damage, Gaul does lead the way. 56,000 coming out of Gaul. We do have Heathcliff coming in second with 55,000. In terms of healing, we do go ahead and get Rhaegar leading the way with 95,000. Though granted, Ancestral's really, really good onto Diablo. And like Lucio does not have anything to use like that on Gaul, so kind of unfair numbers. That side soak, we do have Hogger leading the way. Talents, we got those. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Fracture?
I am doing well. How about yourself?
Can't complain, obviously. That was a great series to cast. So, first thing I've got to talk about is, of course, game number 1, because it was the first one. It really felt like you guys had control of that game up until about level 16, when it started to slip away. Did you guys do anything kind of leading into the next 2 games in order to address whatever had happened?
Honestly, that slip up was a bad call on my part. We went to gank the Leoric again, but I sent too many people to it. So we secured the Leoric gank, and it lost us the objective, and that was when it kind of started to swing in their favor because they had already gotten bot fort down, right? So because of the whole like level 1 or like beginning of the game when we kind of traded fort damage, they got the whole fort, we didn't, because they had Zag. And once they got a dragon, they got to walk it straight to bot keep. So even though we killed Leo and we did do a lot of ganking on him, we actually kind of committed a little bit too many resources to him there. So in game 2 and game 3, my concern was just like, hey, let's switch tactics because they kind of played a more standard frontline backline lineup where they have the squishy backline sitting behind the two front lines. So I was like, hey, let's try to switch gears and try to go for the backline more. And we found success with that, going for a little bit more dive heavy.
All right, makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So, the other big thing that happened because it was you guys were very very good at punishing Leoric, but what I'm hearing is that Leoric trait value too strong.
I wouldn't say Leoric's trait value was too strong. I would say it was just a bad call. Like, I mean, we killed him a good amount, and it gave us a lot of XP advantages, but we lost buildings to do it, and that's kind of the fine line between ganking and map play. And so we discussed, like, in the future we need to keep a little bit more eyes on that balance.
So going into game number 2, now you guys did pick the map every single time, like every single map in this series. So typically, I always see Towers of Doom saved for like the rubber match, the like do all end all, because that match is so like it's never over. What made you go to it for map number 2, considering its reputation for ending series?
Even if it does have a reputation for that, and I also think there's a big reputation that like Towers of Doom is one of the most balanced maps in the games. It isn't super snowball like with the objective because of the way the objective is like an indirect core hit. It's not like Cursed Hollow where like once you get in a lead you can kind of just chokehold it. It's a map that we like. It's balanced. It has a lot of fighting. It has a lot of rotation heavy things and like macro considerations. And so we were just like, hey, even if it is a kind of a scary map, like I think we can beat them here, and we're gonna go for a dive. That was kind of the only thought process behind it. Plus, it's a map that like we just like in general. So it was fun. It's always fun to play Towers of Doom. I'm a huge fan of Towers.
Oh, I am too. It's probably my like second or third favorite map. Speaking of which, actually, on favorite maps, I will let you know, not to take anything away from your victory, but there is a curse associated with me casting. Any team that bans Braxis has like an 80% chance of losing the series.
That's pretty funny.
I really like Braxis. I always talk about it, and then inevitably, or not inevitably, it's 20% of the time it doesn't happen, but like a lot of the time, the team that bans Braxis just ends up losing. So I'm like, you don't have to go to Braxis, but don't ban it around me. It's bad.
We're happy to reinforce your curse there. Braxis is a good map. I like Braxis, but it's of the 2-lane maps and of the maps in the game, it's the most like Haunted Mines. Like it's very snowbally. The first objective can go to a keep with relative ease. So it's a little bit scary.
So there was a period in the middle of Towers of Doom where I was a bit surprised because you guys made a very, very sort of gutsy boss call while all of them were still up, but they didn't follow you to it. They ended up just like pushing bottom fort. Did you expect to have to fight over that boss, or were you kind of like thinking that they wouldn't follow you up to the middle of it?
It was kind of a decision based on like where the fight happened. Once they had somebody down, it's really hard like to get from bot lane to boss. It's a very long rotation, whether you go through the middle of the map or safe side. So we knew that they might fight us there, but we felt comfortable that like we could just pivot off of the boss and force a team fight again, if that happens. Boss is a little bit scary on Towers of Doom. I think it's something you should really only do when you know for a fact you have a man advantage. Because it definitely is like a throw pit. A lot of games I feel like I've watched and played in a lot of games that have been thrown around that boss.
I definitely have as well.
Yeah.
Moving to game 3, obviously, I have to talk about the Cho'Gall. Did you have any indication that it might be coming? Because you seem to handle it very well.
Simeon said he saw it coming, but most of us actually, when we saw the Vala Lucio locked in, we were fully expecting, like I almost banned Uther. We were fully expecting that to be like a double support with the hyper carry Vala, where they just would keep Vala alive nonstop since we ran a dive comp. I thought it was going to be an Uther lock-in. I was not expecting Cho'Gall at all, but despite us having like not very much percent damage from anybody but Phoenix, I think that they drafted too little CC. I think the Samuro probably needed to be something a little beefier that had more CC because Cho'Gall was kind of up front, like frontlining, taking all of the damage, and Lucio doesn't have like a Rhaegar heal or a Brightwing heal to keep him up, or an Ariel heal. So I just felt like maybe their healer pairing and the Samuro was a little weird, but while it was surprising, I had last pick, so we were able to kind of put a counter up that would let us handle it. I guess it wasn't as scary as it normally might be to get surprise Cho'Gold. But it definitely was a surprise. Nobody, like, only Simeon even considered it. I didn't. It wasn't on my radar at all.
It was funny. I considered it as a joke. I'm like, okay, well, they've banned out Tychus, so that means they probably are thinking about Diablo or maybe Cho'Gall, and then it actually happened.
Yeah, definitely threw me off for sure.
The other question,
Like everyone in the party was kind of like, "Oh, what the heck? Like, what is that?"
other question
So-
I have to ask is, so that game it basically very, very, very slowly tilted in your favor because you kept having the kill advantage, you kept dominating the map, but they kept getting the objective over and over. I think they got 3 or 4 objectives before
In
you
a
got
row.
one.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you,
we just didn't have any race.
did you kind
like-
of expect the into the game to be like, okay, eventually the death times will get long enough that we'll just be able to get it regardless? Or
Oh, absolutely. The moment I locked Phoenix, like we had a conversation about like what can like so we have one pick to counter Cho'Gall, and all of the good race heroes, like they took away my Greymane, they took away the Vala, but Hanzo doesn't really do that much to Cho'Gall until level 16, and neither does Lunara. So it kind of became a decision of like, what hurts Cho'Gall, and we just gonna have to give up on objective. Like we're not gonna win the race ever, so let's just plan for the team fight, and eventually it'll swing. And that was kind of why I picked Phoenix. He's relatively safe. Samuro is not too big of a problem for him, but he does a lot of single target to Cho'Gall from like a decently safe distance. And then, despite taking Upheaval, which was scary for our team, Upheaval was very scary, especially for a Phoenix or a Rhaegar because they're close range. I feel like we kind of like every team fight, everything we repeated was like, watch out for Upheaval, watch out for Upheaval. So we stayed spread. We didn't get anyone picked off by it. I don't think the whole game. If I remember correctly, only one time did it get me. So, or twice I think it got me, but I didn't die. So we got very, very like we played really, really closely around that. Like the whole plan wasn't really for us to like we wanted to dive, of course, because it's a dive comp, but the plan was to like survive Upheaval. Once we survive Upheaval, we can win any fight as long as we survive Upheaval. And that was in everyone's mind, in the back of everyone's minds going in. And my team did really, really well, reacting around it, and so very proud of them.
I am as well. This is a really dumb question, but I do ask it to every single team, even though I think everyone in the world knows the answer to this. Where does the team name U.S. Army Esports come from?
The actual U.S. Army. Believe it or not, we are all U.S. Army. There is a U.S. Army esports program across numerous game titles, which is going to be one of my shoutouts. I'll just do it now. Shout out to them. We love playing under their name. It's really good to be able to like have a military community and play with people who have like a similar background to you. But we are like the official team for the U.S. Army. It's not just like a name at all.
Yeah.
So
I definitely do that, but I was
that
like,
is
I'm
where the
gonna,
name comes
I'm gonna let you like talk about that for sure. But those are all the questions I had for you. Let me go and turn it over to you for the shoutouts you've already begun.
Definitely want to shout out MGS overall and you as well for casting us. We really appreciate it. Having a caster is always really, really nice for any team across any division. So shout out to all casters and all of NGS. Everyone loves playing the game. Everyone loves like continuing to play competitively, and I think this is something that probably won't ever stop. So I'm really happy to be a part of it. Of course, shout out to US Army Esports again. Shout out to my teammates and their families for putting up with the crazy times. We are spread from Hawaii to the East Coast because we're military, so scheduling is a nightmare. So thank you to all the captains of Div C for working with us, especially around the field exercises. And that is about it. Personal shout out for Honey Badger. He's our newest team member. Brand new to competitive. and has made an incredible amount of improvement this season. I'll keep tooting that horn. He's doing really, really good, and he's meshing with our team style very much. And then I
Fantastic.
also want to shout out B Sanger. He's been putting up a lot of time, like getting coaching sessions and things like that. And I think his micro has improved a lot. So I'm definitely proud of the two of them. We kind of put Sanger in a difficult situation, level like game one with the Hanzo playing bot lane because we had to get rid of the Chromie and they picked the Junkrat from us. But really, really happy with my team. Really, really big thank you to them and thank you to the families of my teammates. Being military families are already hard enough without having a competitive team on top of it. So that's about it. And thank you again to you for casting.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So I'll go ahead and let you enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I will try not to.
And we do hope to see you again. I don't know if I'll be able to catch you. I'm kind of on the road a lot lately, but I'm glad you were playing at this time slot because I was on the road all week for trading.
So sorry. I just clicked the wrong button. My bad.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I'm glad you're playing at this time slot. That way I got to catch you. I'm on the road like all week for trading. So I just happened to be home this weekend. I'm like, I'm taking this.
All right. Well, you take care as well. Be safe traveling, and thank you again. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, thank you. And with that, we're going to raid over to Xanatharium. Very, very first cast in years, so please be nice to him.